The kingmaker who forgot to be king, a Machiavellian roast. Hook, camera close-up, low dramatic tone. Prashanth Kishore, the man who shaped the victories of Narendra Modi, Nitish Kumar, Mamata Banerjee, Arvind Kejriwal, and more. A political genius or a prince without a kingdom? Today we're asking, what would Niccolo Machiavelli, the master of political power, say about Prashanth Kishore? And I'll warn you now, it's going to be brutally honest. Quick biography. Born in 1977 in a small village in Rohtas district, Bihar, Prashanth Kishore's early life had nothing to do with politics. He trained in public health, worked for the United Nations, spending years in Africa and later in India. But around 2011, something changed. Kishore left the UN and formed Citizens for Accountable Governance, a high-energy political consultancy. His first big assignment? Narendra Modi's 2014 Lok Sabha campaign. And it was a masterstroke. Chai Pe Charcha, tech-driven outreach, mass events, the BJP swept to power. In 2015, Kishore formed IPAC, the Indian Political Action Committee, and crafted Nitish Kumar's campaign in Bihar. Against the BJP, the Grand Alliance won a landslide. From there, PK became the ultimate political freelancer. Congress in Punjab, win. YSR Congress in Andhra Pradesh, win. TMC in West Bengal, win. DMK in Tamil Nadu, win. AAP in Delhi, win. In 2018, he took a surprising step, joining Nitish Kumar's JDU and was even named Nitish's political heir. But in 2020, after clashing with Nitish over the Citizenship Amendment Act, Kishore was expelled. Since then, he has launched Jan Swaraj, a grassroots movement to change Bihar. Machiavelli's lens. Before we judge Kishore, let's talk about the man judging him, Niccolo Machiavelli. Machiavelli was a 16th century political thinker, author of The Prince, and a man who understood the cold rules of power. According to Machiavelli, 1. Secure your own power before helping others. 2. Never rely on gratitude, it dies quickly. 3. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. 4. Reform only after you control force, resources, and loyalty. With that playbook in mind, let's see where Prashanth Kishore's moves look to Machiavelli, like a masterstroke, or like a complete blunder. PK's foolish moves, Machiavelli's verdict: 1. Leaving Nitish's succession, Nitish Kumar practically handed him the keys to Bihar's throne, and PK walked away. Machiavelli's verdict: a man offered a kingdom who chooses instead to wander the streets is a fool. 2. Playing all sides BJP, Congress, JDU, TMCMK, AAP, he has been everyone's friend and no one's permanent ally. Machiavelli would say, the mercenary wins battles for others but has no fortress for himself.
And it tells an amazing deal of stuff about him.
Without first holding office is like trying to renovate a house you don't own. Machiavelli, a prince who governs without the means to compel, will be mocked. 4. Underestimating Bihar's terrain. Bihar's politics is built on caste loyalties, poverty networks, and patronage. Machiavelli, those who seek to remake a corrupt state must destroy the old order entirely or be destroyed by it. 5. Trading power for image, PK loves the label neutral reformer. But in politics, image without authority is air. It is better to hold the city than to be praised for its beauty. 6. Misjudging skill transfer. Running someone else's campaign is not the same as winning your own. The architect who builds for another does not own the palace. Machiavelli's mockery monologue. Slow, deliberate tone, almost like reading a prophecy. Open quote. Behold the prince without a principality, a man who has built thrones for others and thought the gratitude of kings would keep him warm. He traded a crown offered to him for the applause of the crowd, not knowing applause fades faster than loyalty in politics, and loyalty is rare even among dogs. He boasts of winning kingdoms for Modi, Nitish, Mamata, Rahul, yet stands with none of their armies, commands no treasury, and governs not even a village square. He sets out to change Bihar with speeches, in a land where men change only for land, coin, or fear. He is like the mason who builds a fortress for another and then sleeps in the open, wondering why the night is cold. Close punch. Firm tone, looking directly at camera. Machiavelli would leave him with one lesson. Open quote, "If you wish to rule, rule first. If you wish to reform, reform after you rule."
So it gives the question whether Prashanth Kishore is a brilliant strategist or just a prince who never wore the crown himself. And now I want to talk about a letter which would be written by Machiavelli to Mr. Prashanth Kishore. And I'm gonna tell you that this letter is in a format written as if Niccolo Machiavelli would have written to him.
Kishore, Florence, in the year of the princes. My dear Signor Kishore, I have followed your career from afar. A craftsman of elections, a whisperer in the ears of kings, a man who can sway the multitude with clever words and new devices. Yet I write to you not in praise, but in warning, for I fear you are a man who builds the walls of others' fortresses while leaving your own house without a door. You have sat at the tables of Modi, Nitish, Mamata, Rahul, Stalin, Kejriwal, and yet when the banquet ends, you own not the table, nor the food, nor even the chair upon which you sat. You are welcomed so long as you are useful, and dismissed the moment you are not. A fate I reserve for mercenaries, not princes. You were offered, by your own Lord Nitish, the chance to rule in his stead, a gift most men would kill for. You chose instead to wander the countryside with lofty speeches, believing gratitude from the people would be warmer than the seal of a throne. Know this, the people admire the reformer only after he is conquered. Before that, they admire him as they admire the moon, from a distance without obedience. You now seek to change Bihar with words alone. But in lands of entrenched custom and poverty, men are moved by coin, by kinship, and by fear far more than by reason. If you wish to change such a realm, first master it. If you wish to master it, first arm yourself with allies, gold, and the loyalty of those who can enforce your will. Until then, you will remain, in my eyes, the prince without a principality, the mason who builds a fortress for another and sleeps in the open, wondering why the night is cold.